Alright guys, the first card is going to use the Granny Apple Green paper, and it measures 5.5 by 10.5. Then you should have these little pieces inside. So you want to score this piece at 8.5. Well, we'll start at 4.25. And you're going to want to score it just a smidge under. Not even like a 1/16 of an inch, but just a smidge under 4.25. So somewhere in there, because when we fold this up, the gal that I was watching the video said it won't, this piece won't catch on this fold over piece then. If you score it just a smidge under, it'll lay just shy of the next score mark. So then you want to score again at 8.5. So not quite 4.25, and then 8.5. So you got two score marks on there. You're going to still need your trimmer. Then on this flat piece here, you want to make a mark at, let's see, we're going to cut this, so let's go, we're going to cut to this angle, so we're going to come over here, so on the left edge now, you're going to make a mark, let me find my pencil, at 1 inch. Okay, so hold this. Going to make a mark at 1 inch, and then get your cutter back out, and you're going to cut from that mark, your little 1 inch mark on the paper, down to this corner, like so. And note to self, start with the blade at the top so that it does not catch in the channel and cut your paper or wrinkle your paper up. If you start down here, it could just mash it all up as the blade's trying to catch, because in that little point there's not that much to grab onto. Alright, so now we are going to do, oh, I was going to show you the card. Here's the card we're going to make. It's a slider lock card. So this slides open over to open up the card. So we are going to get our white piece is for the inside. We're going to stamp the inside with the Let Your Light Shine, and I just grabbed the Granny Apple Green, but I think Garden Green was the color in the kit that would work too. So put the Let Your Light Shine in there, and we'll glue that in real quick just to have it out of the way. Like so. I'll try and go fairly quick so the video is not real long. Alright, so now that we got that ready, we are going to take, you need a punch. So this is a classic label punch. You could use an X-Acto knife if you don't have a punch. That's okay too. What you're going to do is go ahead and stick the punch up all the way inside the card. And then, oh, maybe like an inch from the edge is fine. Half inch from the edge, wherever you want to punch is good. Then you're going to close it up over your, you see this one we went a little bit shorter. Now it doesn't, this piece doesn't catch in there. If that makes sense, I wanted to show you that. So get your little pencil and then mark that V Then stick your paper all the way into the punch again. Punch that little piece out. Now you can glue your fronts on. So we are using the inside of one card. Let's go ahead and cut it off, the card with the lantern on it. And we will cut that at 4 5 1/4. We can glue that onto the front. Be careful where you put your glue because you will be punching out another punch to make over the hole. So this goes on the front of your card like this. Stick that down. And then now you can flip your card over again, line up your hole, and punch. And now you got your hole in the front. We're going to then use the card with the trailer on the front, and we're going to cut off a piece of the side here, and we need that to measure 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So I'll cut off 1 3/4 of an inch. And these cards we're going to use again, so don't throw away any pieces. So we're going to make this one 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Oops, I need that again. So then we're going to make a mark on here. Oh, I don't need that. I can use my ruler, but I will need it to cut. So we're going to take our ruler again, and we're going to make a mark at 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to put my ruler on there. We're going to mark at 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to do that same thing. We're going to put the dot in the channel and then the base, or the point at the bottom. So cut that off. And then this is going to adhere onto the front. So one of my measurements is not quite right. Oh, maybe if I get it down here it will be. Alright, so now we're going to glue this on. And I'll try not to get it over there too far. So let's go ahead and glue this on. Like so. Yeah, I didn't cut very straight, but you'll get it. You'll see it when you crud. I need to fix it though. It's not gonna. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I think I cut my first snip over there was too much. So I figured out my measurement here and just trim this down to fit. Let's get it in there. Shouldn't be too short. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to call this good. So once you get that in, flip it over, and again line up your punch. And give that a squeeze. And now you've got your card base ready. So from here, you're going to take your 2 circles that I gave you. These are 2 1/4 inch circles, and then you've got a 2-inch white circle. So go ahead, and what you're going to do is kind of like close this up, put your well, this is what you can do. Put your circle behind to cover up the hole, like so. And then go ahead and close it down. Then you're going to want to take a couple of your dimensionals and stick them through your hole. So your hole needs to be wide enough for your dimensionals to fit. Like so. And then it will slide back and forth. Like that. Okay? Go ahead and peel off your covers. Go ahead and shut the little door. And then when you put your top circle on, just make sure it kind of covers your hole. Then for this card, I just glued on the white over the top. Now, if you were doing a different kind of card other than these paper pumpkins, you could stamp something on here. We've got the designer kind of paper going on in the background, so you don't really need any embellishment paper stuff going on in the background, but you could if you wanted. But you're going to put that on like that. Then your first card that we had, that we cut the whole side off from, go ahead and cut the lantern off right below the white strip so that you cut it off flush. And still keep it. We're still going to use it. Pop these little things out of the side. Keep them. You're going to need 3 of them, so you'll take 2 from one lantern and then go ahead and steal 1 from another lantern. And then you're going to just stick this onto the white piece here. However you want it. Just don't get your dimensionals too high that are going to go off the lantern and then get stuck on the card. So there's 2. And then you just slide that open like so. And then that's on the back to slide back and forth. This is the only thing. You want to make sure your circle, it's going to be able to slide. Right, so you could start with it way over there and then put your dimensionals on instead of way over at the front like I did. But either way, there's a slide lock card, I think is what they called that. Whoops, and then you don't want to push it all the way over. So keep it like that. And there's card 1.